I think Zohran got it. I think Curtis was shocking in his ability to share thoughts that wasn't being covered. Cuomo put forward no vision. He just quibbled how that was politics.
What was really good about what Zohran was doing is not only would he actually attack Cuomo, but he would do so within the confines of like a clear-cut policy agenda that he was advancing, where he'd be like, I'm going to do this, as opposed to what Cuomo did. So it was like a double bind in that regard. It was very good. But like I said, out of all of the people on stage that did not say anything mean about my 9/11 comments, I have to be a Curtis Sliwa supporter.
Yeah.
I apologize, Zohran. I'll hit you up later. My mistake. I thought you were a real one for I was the Turkish Connect, because every New York mayor has to have a Turkish guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And sorry, it's not going to happen for me any longer.
Have you come to terms with the fact that anyone who likes you at some point, if they get confronted on a question on a political level, they have to say that was a shit thing for him to say? Have you come to terms with that? No politician in America can go, he was getting a grand poetic.
No, I think like it's been.
He didn't say the people in the tower specifically deserved it.
Yeah. No, I don't have any expectation that any politician is going to defend that statement on its face, and I don't expect them to. But I think it's like this is not even like a Jeremiah Wright style situation for Obama or like a Sister Soldier situation, because like, first of all, it's me. I'm so irrelevant in the grand scheme of things that like it makes
irrelevant. But what you're doing, you're not running a church. You're not a politician. And per your point, it was like old 2020 bringing up tweets. It was very like an old school thing.
Yeah, it's like a statement from 2019 about like blowback that I misworded, but I don't expect any politician to like endorse that statement.
And it's the second beat. People would have to truly, the people who would care, who would be bothered and not misunderstand and in bad faith take your comment, don't know who you are. They're older. They'd have to look you up. They're not going to.
Yeah.
So it's just nothing. It's nothing.
I think he did a very good job of showcasing his positions. He did a very good job of what he's about, what he's advocating for. All the other stuff, I think, all the other attacks that he was going to endure, his associations with a dangerous criminal, Hasanabi Piker, or his statements about Israel and whatnot, I think he handled very well overall. But like you asked initially, no, my expectation is much worse, because like I thought there was a chance he could just like fuck me. Like I thought he was gonna be like, oh, yeah, I condemn Hassan Piker.
Yeah, I learned about it. I cut off all connection to this person.
Yeah, like just.
I unsubbed from the stream.
Straight up
I
lied on camera.
This is a preview of more and more millennial candidates. It's going to be a debate about tweets. It's going to be a debate about tweets from a certain era.
It's also stupid because like when Andrew Cuomo brings that up, like I think even if other candidates bring that up in a similar vein, because like I work with a lot of candidates, and I promote a lot of candidates. Like I have a community full of people ready to go for door knocking and stuff like that, and they were all over the Zohran campaign as well. Yeah, and that negative association stuff is never going to work for someone like myself, because I'm a polarizing figure for sure. Sure. But like people know what my political positions are, no matter how hard like someone tries to bastardize them. And if you know who I am, you either fucking despise me, which there's a smaller group of people who despise me than love me, but they're very loud. Or you're gonna be like, yeah, he's a progressive guy. I like what he's about. I like that he's a fighter, and that's all this is. So the broad majority of the public has no fucking clue who I am. Yeah. So it's very dumb to try and hammer on that point, because like if Zohran had retaliated and been like, you just went on the Impulsive podcast, like if we're talking about podcasts, like you went on the podcast that got
did he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And shout out to, look, I love Mike. Mike is my good friend. I'm not I don't really know Logan at all, but like, yeah, he's a much more notable figure is what I'm saying. Like Logan Paul is known by way more people than someone like myself, right? Yeah. So for him to try to bring that shit up is so stupid. You know?
But it just fails. I mean, it's what Democrats did with Trump, and it failed so spectacularly. It's just trying to focus on the associations and not presenting a vision. It's too easy. It feels good in the moment, and you think you got the momentum because the people who really hate it, the people who really hate you or really hate Zohran, they're going to be really loud, and you're going to get this reinforcement of like, this is working. But it's just a small select of people who are riding on their hatred of someone.
And if he wanted to, he could just as easily turn around and be like, yeah, you went on the podcast of a dude who went to the Japanese forest and also literally promoted Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And played a role in Donald Trump becoming president. Again, like I said, I love Mike. Mike is the homie. He's the man.
I don't know Mike, so I don't give a fuck.
He's a great dude. I love him. Personally, I think he's a good dude. Having said that, if we're playing politics and like smear associations, like Andrew Cuomo has so many more attackable lines.
Yeah. But you guys, I mean, this generation, there's so much media on them that, everyone has a one thing. Everyone has a one thing you cling. It's just it's going to prove less and less effective as time goes on. Do you feel like when Zohran wins, had people where you support them and then they do something that you find objectionable? Do you struggle with being honest about it?
I mean, there are currently prominent national politicians that I do talk to with regular frequency that I sometimes am very critical of.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is. Obviously, like the worst example is I never had a direct contact with Fetterman, but like,
what has he done?
Good one.
But you supported him when he was like,
I did. I even
that's an easier one.
I even overlooked like the Israel stuff that he was signaling even before, but I thought that was like a defensive posture so he doesn't get like ass blasted by the DMFI, Democratic Majority for Israel. As far as like AOC here, everyone is already saying it in the chat. Like AOC is a great example. Like sometimes AOC does stuff that I don't fully agree with.
Yeah,
there are very few politicians that I find myself completely in alignment. But I see politicians as servants of the public. Like they are supposed to be almost like an empty vessel that we demand they make changes through.
Yeah.
So in that regard, if I call balls and strikes, that's just the way I see it. So if Zohran fucks up, like, of course I'll criticize.
Sure.
It. I mean, I'll be like, you son of a bitch. I knew you were.
You'll come back and be like, these comments are made were reprehensible.
I'm gonna DM him being like, you talk shit about 9/11, bro? You kidding me? No, it's just like
I think people feel the same way about you and the 9/11 comment.
I don't think it's that big of.
No, I don't think it is. But I'm saying, no.
First of all, you're a comedian.
Please, I'm a comedian. My God, my God.
You made a.
I mean, listen.
Candace almost laughed at it.
That's what I'm hoping for the next debate. I think the older people get, and the people who engage with people in the way that they know they put out hours and hours and hours will go, I don't give a fuck that they knew the person who said that one thing on the one stream 10 years ago. I don't get, because we lived through the heat of the tweet. The tweet meltdown, screenshot your life's over, and we were like, that was silly.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to work.
For the newbies, offer clarification on the 9/11 comment. I mean, I've done it so many times, but it's blowback. That's it. There's already academic consensus on the matter. It's America's foreign policy in the region that directly was responsible for 9/11. And there's not even any sort of I don't think there's any sort of debate on this matter at this point. And we've consistently kept doing it as well. So, but that's it. That's all it was in terms of what America was deserving. Yeah, ultimately it's incredibly stupid. It's not all that consequential.
I think Zohran should have stuck by his side harder. He should have said, "Come on, play the clip. Can we play the clip? Let's get the full context."
Yeah.